What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode. You guessed it, down the fairway. I'm at my house today. I'm gonna go in my front yard with my little buddy basket here, show you what I do every single day to improve my putting and help keep it consistent. I have something special for you guys today. I've been reading the comments, saw a couple comments saying that they wanted some putting stuff. So I'm gonna show you what I do in my yard just to warm up, stay loose during the week. I don't play every single day in the off season, but I do try to put a couple putts up per day. So the first thing is, I want everybody to realize is putting is so essential. I think it's the glue that holds everything together, especially inside the circle. That's what my whole entire game is basically based on. You know, when I first started back in the day, the number one thing is you had to make everything inside the circle. That is what was told to me from Dave Feldberg, Ken Climo, all the greats. When I first started, I would ask them, hey, what is the most important thing with putting? Is it long, short, whatever? They said, make everything in the circle, you'll win tournaments. I took that to heart, and that's one of the things that I feel like my game is based around. Now, I get a lot of people saying, you know, that my putting is one of the things that I need to work on. Everybody needs to work on it, but it doesn't matter what other people say. It matters what you think, and I think I'm a damn good putter in the circle. I think it's one of my best assets to my game. Here are a couple things that help keep that confidence instilled in me, keep it warmed up, and I'll just take you through what I work on. So the first thing I do, I grab a stack of putters and I just start putting. Now, I do not go to a long distance. I start close. You've all heard that before from almost every single pro, start close. But people don't go into depth of why to start close or what you're working on when you're doing close range putts, when you're just warming up. My thing is, I'm working on touch. I'm working on the feel of that day. Your feel is going to change from day to day, from tournament to tournament. It's going to come out of your hand differently. Pressure in your hand's going to be different. All kinds of things change. So I just want to feel what that putt is doing that day, which is today. And so that's going to be the first thing that I do. So like there, I felt like it was coming out of my hand a little soft. I didn't have the grip that I normally have, which is fine. I made them all, that's good. Now the next thing is I need to putt and put a little more velocity on it from the same distance. So right there, I was just trying to lob it in, feel the touch, feel that I could just kind of put it in there, because knowing that feel is more important than just firing and figuring out a release point. So right there, I put a little more velocity on it. Made them all, good. But what you want to do is you want to fine tune it. You don't want to just be like, hey, I made them all, I'm good. Like, I dive really deep into where I'm aiming, how it's coming out, the exact kind of RPMs that are going into the basket, and those were a little bit off. So I'm gonna do it again until I get it right. All right, now it's a lot more crisp, so we're doing good. Now this next part is really important. Some people over putt. They go out to the putting basket, they putt, they're putting great, they keep putting, and then all of a sudden they start missing and they think something's wrong. That's not what I do. What I do is I putt from short distances, I get it dialed, then I go right to my problem point, which is right around 9 to 10 feet, and then I putt however many putters I have. If my putt is good, I'm done. Like, I don't need to sit there and putt all day. Because I putt every day, I'm just focusing on the same things, my touch, my speed, and am I making it from my problem point? Because if I am, then I'm good. I don't need to practice that day. It's the days when all that stuff is off that I need to be like, okay, it's getting away from me. Let's keep this dialed. Okay, if you notice, these are like kind of muddy, wet, a little wet. I like practicing with wet putters sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna go in and get a towel, wipe it off, and be perfect every single time, because That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to have a perfect putt. What I'm trying to do is have good touch, good feel, and figure out what's happening that day, which means the conditions are going to be different, especially with my putters. I'm trying to make it, which if I can't figure out how to make these putts in these conditions today, how am I going to be able to adapt in the tournament? So I don't care about the grip necessarily. In the tournament, I'm going to try to have a consistent grip. That gives me an advantage. But right now, I'm working on touch, feel, and that's it. That was 8 steps. That's just inside the circle. I'm gonna go to 9 steps now, make sure it's dialed. If it's dialed from there, don't have to do any more putting. And that's just like 15 minutes of me being out here. I don't have to waste my day grinding over something. It's not gonna get better today. It's about building an overall consistency with putting. It's about building overall consistency over the span of time to where you don't lose that stroke. No problem again. Feeling pretty good about the putt today. Don't need to work on it anymore. Don't want to work on it anymore. It feels good. I'm taking that confidence into tomorrow, where I'll do the same thing again, 10 to 15 minutes, unless I'm really bad that day. I'll stay at it until I complete what I'm trying to do, which is find the touch, find the stroke from that day. That's it. Hope you guys like this episode of Down the Fairway. Remember to like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you down the fairway.